back. We're back here with our Planet Crafter playthrough of Aqualis. So as a starting planet, which, as you know, well, you might not know, Aqualis is a moon on Planet Crafter that you're not allowed to start on. But we went ahead and manipulated a new game save file to allow us to actually start here. And then, yeah, we've been struggling. And one of the reasons they don't allow it is because there isn't normally the ability to sustain yourself, which is why we have a death count, and why we have died so many times so far in this playthrough. Some of it's through stupidity. Or, you know, just trying to get as much as we can out of, like, the little oxygen that we've had. But, you know, if you don't ever die to oxygen, you're not going to be able to get very far. So, it is what it is. But you can see now that we've come quite far. We've got a decent base going. We've got water. We've got drills going. We've got flowers spreading. We have nuclear power. We have biomes. We have food now, finally. Alright, so if you've been watching the series, you definitely know all of that. So let's kind of jump in to see where we are. We just got to corals recently, and now we're going to be working towards getting these more seismic shots, which, if you've been watching the series, you know that means islands rise up. This was the first one that rised up, and then this one rose up at the end of the last stream, and that's where we're going to be heading. We're going to head over there, see what there is to see. We have to grab some materials, though. We're going to bring as much iron as we can bring. But I guess we need to bring some food and water, too. I don't know if bringing... Here's the thing, is I don't know if bringing food really helps that much. I think bringing a full stomach helps. So we're definitely going to do that. I think bringing water helps, but I don't know how much room we have for food. That said, we might just go ahead and do it. We're going to bring it all. We'll bring all the food we have. I don't know why I grabbed that cobalt. It's the one thing I don't need. Did we make those boots yet? No. Alright, we're going to do that as well. So, oh, we can't. We can't make the boots. I keep remembering. These boots right here, we can't make until we get fabric. We can't get fabric until we have silk. It actually, technically, it can be in here, but we do have some silk. We might even have enough to make the fabric, to be honest. We need 4 to make 2. But we don't have the recipe, so we do have enough to make it. If we did that, we would probably do that right now, because we have enough silkworms already to make silk once we unlock that. Alright, so back at what we're trying to do. I would like to get over there with... I should probably bring a little oxygen. We want to make a enclosure with storage to get started. Which requires 3 iron, 2 titanium, and a silicon, so you can make an enclosure and a door. Then we also need storage for what we're bringing. So it can be 1 storage, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, we're going to have 5 storages when we get over there. So, and then we got some water. We're not bringing oxygen. It is what it is. If we die when we're over there, we die when we're over there. We're going to top that off just to go, and then we're just going to go. We're not going to wait, because who knows. Actually, we're going to hit this up on the way just to refill our oxygen. Make sure we have enough. I'm pretty sure we can make it without it, but we'll do it. And then we might even hop over to that other island. I don't know. We'll see. Now, we have done this playthrough. We played through this with the intended route, which is we came here with technology, and it was quite, I would say, simple, which is why we're doing this. Not necessarily to make it hard, but, you know, that is part of it. Like, I wanted a challenge, and I felt like this was super easy without, with all that technology already having. Plus, it just kind of takes a little bit away from the experience. I would highly recommend, not necessarily this one. This one I'm okay with you coming to, but I would highly recommend playing the other ones independently before you do the island hopping. I think the island hopping is a great addition. I keep saying island, but yeah, planet hopping, because I've been on these islands for now quite a bit. This is technically our third playthrough of Aqualis. We did another Zero Tech one, but it was a little bit different, where I ported here and then like told the game files that the other planet didn't have any terraforming. But it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. We had some blueprints, um, and things that gave us like a leg up, like the item recycler, which it was like I almost felt like cheating once I realized what it did. And then when we got the advanced crafting table, we had access to all sorts of gear that basically made it like we had all the technology already. So we kind of did away with that, and then I went back to the drawing board on manipulating the save file and was like, I bet I could just create this as a true starting planet. I was worried the game might somehow block it if Aqualis was the only planet, but it didn't care. They did not care. Thank you for that, by the way. I also wouldn't mind just peeking over here and seeing what we have left over in these bins. I don't think we'll need it at this point. We've harvested a lot from a couple other neighboring islands now and ferried it all back painfully. Not to mention, we had an influx of meteor showers for a while. So we got some silicon, titanium, magnesium, just empty chests, and some phosphorus. So nothing we care about. Alright, we should be able to make it over here. Where are we going to land? I'm not sure. But yeah, we're not going to think about it. We're just going to go. Oxygen could run out. When you start to think about things in this game, not that things bad, but you know, we have 3 timers going right now, right? We have food, oxygen, and water. Now we have a lot more leeway on food and water than we did when we were dying every like 3 times every, like probably almost every minute and a half, every 2 minutes for a while there. But like yeah, food runs out, the water runs out, the food runs out, the water runs out, your oxygen runs out. Like all those things were happening. We kept die. Starvation, dehydration, asphyxiation, like a lot of death going on. And now we're gonna just land here. I want to pick a central-ish location, but this is a pretty wide island group that might make that more difficult. There's a cool little beachhead to climb. Very, very accessible rock formation there. This central part right here seems like it could be okay. Now this is where if you had a map, it'd be great, but we don't have a GPS satellite yet or a map chip. Yeah, I think this is fairly central to this island. And we don't have to be right on the shore anymore. So we have enough. So I think we're gonna set up camp right here. I like it. I like it. We're kind of in the middle of the island, sheltered. We have oxygen, and we're gonna set up these storages. How far out? I'm gonna go over a little bit, and then we're gonna overlap that a little bit, and then bam. Okay, we have 3 storages there, and then we'll build 2 more. 1 and 2. Cool. I don't know, I guess we'll use this first one to store all of our supplies, and then we're going to start exploring, because we do have, as you can see, limited resources. We cannot stay here forever. We don't have the ability to generate water here. There are no raw materials here. You know, if we lucked out and got the right meteor shower, maybe. Yeah, we're going to find a lot of zeolite here. As you can see, there's where is it? Over here. There's a lot of large zeolite stuff. Now this is interesting. I don't remember if that was in the first game. It might, or the first Planet Prime. I haven't played it in a minute. Is that how zeolite caves were marked? I know it was that way on Humble, and I thought that was really cool, especially, well, I don't want to talk about Humble if you haven't played Humble, but there's a cool feature that marks the zeolite location. And I'm not going to say too much more than that, but I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I don't necessarily want spoilers, but like in general, I don't like to give people spoilers in Rune. some cool experience for them. Well, there's a bunch of zeolite over here. I guess we should just keep grabbing it. We will have a lot of zeolite after this. I don't know how much we actually need. I feel like we've been fine. Like, we probably already have more than we're going to use to beat this game. Because the one thing is we are struggling on resources a little bit on some of them. And the inability to break some things down and craft them. So, like, we don't need as much in mass when you can't get everything in mass. But yeah, obviously we've been taking advantage of asteroid fields to get iridium and uranium. So that's been good. We have unlimited water now. We have unlimited algae, unlimited food. I mean, limited by time, right? Those things are all, they're technically limited, so they're not unlimited. But they are limited by time. But they are renewable, I guess, is a better term to use. We have renewable stuff. I think this is actually where I originally built the teleporter in my first playthrough. Because it does take a lot to get up here, but I don't want to have to get up here every time I pass. We might try to just make a quick run up there directly and grab everything up there. Zeolite. And then non-zeolite. We did bring food this time though, so we don't have to die. So I don't know what we're going to do with this phosphorus. Maybe we'll make a pile of it out here. I think we can drink a water before going. I probably could have just carried it until I was full, and or needing it, and then drank it, but... Actually, I do want to make sure there's nothing underwater here. I think most islands didn't have it, but I could be wrong. There's a lot of zeolite here. And there's some other stuff. So... let's grab that. Yeah, and I keep flipping between calling those things clams and oysters, and honestly, my mind is not working to remember what the difference is. Alright, we're gonna just drop these off real quick. And move along. Did I just drop it out here? I did. Alright, this is going to be our pile of phosphorus. One thing I'm not sure is how that affects game performance, having extra items out there. Like, not in a storage bin. I have to imagine that that adds extra data to the save file. Because it has to not only track... Oh. We're just going to grab this one up here that we saw. Because now it can't just track like a container with 20 items in it. It has to track 20 items and their exact location where to render them, instead of one item where to render, which is the storage locker, and then just put the contents in there. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more data parsing, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've looked at these game files, they're not that bad, but all depends on how they're pulling that data, how efficient the algorithm is to read it, how often they're reading it, how often they're writing it. Like if they're reading and writing the whole file every time, the more data there is, it's going to slow things down. Alright, we'll go back here. I thought this might be a pathway somewhere else, but it's not. So we'll just grab this stuff here real quick. Click, click, click. Boom, boom, boom. I just finally double checked that my mic was working. I've had that issue twice in the last month where it just like, for some reason, gets assigned to a different device. Sometimes my monitor, which doesn't even have any audio, but I think it thinks that monitors do. I have that issue more often at work. I haven't really had it with OBS until somewhat recently. But I do have some weird stuff going on at work where I have multiple virtual machines that I'm connecting to, and those connect to virtual machines. So I don't know if that is messing with it, but like it's never changing my system default. And the other thing is I stopped using system default a while back. For that reason and many others. Oh man, we have to go so far up. It's going to be hard to do without oxygen right there. I know I'm getting distracted a lot, so... so we still have not gotten a non... Oh, we got the one. We got the squash. So we have gotten a non... what is it called? Let's look at it. We're almost full. I guess we can do that corner one yet. I always reserve the corner one for like my return stuff, and this time I decided to do it somewhere else. I guess we're not full. Yeah, let's just stay full on that. We should be fine on water. I don't know if I'm going to do that tall one right now. Maybe I will. I'm just going to yellow it. We're going to go... We'll see what we can get to if we go directly there. I think it should be fine. No stopping to pick anything up. I think we'll get up there with like 300 oxygen to spare. It'll be fine. But yeah, so far, nothing too exciting. A lot of zeolite. These islands are cool. And that was one thing that I commented on in the last video, last stream, was I know I'm not reacting as much to how cool some of these islands look, but once again, it is my... I didn't fully play through the second time, but yeah, I played through one full time, so I got a lot of exposure to them, and during those videos I definitely commented on how cool all the stuff was. But yeah, I mean, I do think that there's some very unique and cool things about this planet. I love the seismic activity raising it up. Like there's been other ways they've tried to gate you from certain areas, but I think this is one of the most effective. And I actually did see something off in the distance. I'm curious to maybe go back with my fully geared character on that playthrough and see if I can actually get to these islands while they're underwater, and if they're actually truly raised up or if they're just generated. Like, could I go and loot something critical that I needed right away if I wanted to? Oh, the golden clam, all the way at the top. Praise be the island gods, the clam gods. Alright, the other thing we have to do when we get up here is do this. So I don't think we're going to clear this plateau. And we're going to have to do this all over again. But at least we don't have to go left next time. We can just go right up here. Good news is the return is very quick. But yeah, there's nothing here to loot. What is going on? I think I remember this when we went through our main. I was like, why is there this huge plateau up here with nothing on it? It's a little goofy. If I had a map, I might check a theory. Because this island does change in the future. One clam. That's all there is. Which I would normally... Oh, dude, what's up with this one? Is there another one in here that's hidden? These things like to go in threes, but that was kind of a bad rendering there, huh? Alright, we're going to try to not die, but I don't want to come back up here either. Alright, I think we're good up here. Bless me. Where's our base? Alright, I think we're gonna get a death here. We can't quite get there. Maybe. You died. Darn it. I was like, I heard the door. Let's pull that up. And we are up to 163. Right there. We almost made it. That was pretty freaking close. Let's sort, and then we'll drop, 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 drop. Litter, 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 litter. Yeah, I can't imagine that's good for, and I probably should have super alloy in one of these things. Yeah, so if we don't get any more iron, which I don't think we're going to get, I might just have to, at some point, start bringing stuff back prematurely. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time and bring the water with. Or, we didn't do it. We talked about doing it. We're going to do the thing that we talked about that we should have done. I'm going to explore this front beach area because I kind of just went by it looking to build my base and have oxygen. And of course, the most useless thing on this island to have in a clamshell, zeolite. But makes sense, because if that clam was living there, what's it likely to eat? Zeolite. Very unlikely to eat a bag of bean seeds on a planet that there's no evidence that a human being has been to before. Which is another reason why I like this planet. I think we lose a little bit by not having the human aspect here, but overall I enjoy the fact that this is like an untouched planet. I don't think there's anything up here, but let's just go take a peek. Never know. Sometimes I say that and the devs surprise me. Cool. So we've done this whole central region. Now we can start to fan out a little bit. I'm going to try to stretch out our water here. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Disappointing. Can we wrap around this? I don't think we can. We're going to have to turn around at some point. Or is there a path back over here? Alright, we're going for it. I think there's a path back. In general, this stuff is very broken up. So I think there's a path through, and we can go back to the left right there. Pretty sure, yeah. We got 2 clams here. I have to drink this water soon, but I don't want to do it too soon. No clams. Alright, anything in between there we happen to miss and we would think we got because we came from the other way? Hey look, some of that stuff's falling. Alright, time to drink that water, I think. And that is full of zeolite. I skipped that one. Zeolite. That is now full. I guess we'll start putting the loot here. Every time that happens, I think it's like something came in after me. One of these days, I'm gonna turn around and something's gonna be there, and I'll be right. All right. Let's go peek the other way over here now. Bum, 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 bum. We had an interesting experience on Twitch last night. We got raided by Blurred Honey. And after my stream, I went to check out her channel. She came with 6 people, but none of them talked. They were all bot-ish, you know, just like the AFK lurking bots that don't count. They're muted or something because they don't count as viewers other than, I think, 1. But I went to her channel, and she said she was just streaming, and sure enough, the stream title matched what she said she was streaming. But there was no videos, and there was no profile other than a quick description. And she had 2 followers, myself and one other person, which seems strange for someone that actually raided with 6 people. It makes me wonder if she was just getting like bot viewers somehow and just brought them along. I mean, I'd appreciate the raid. I'm just curious the mechanics behind it, because typically you wouldn't see someone having a 6 viewer raid when they only have 2 followers, you know what I mean? And then there was no videos, but I'm guessing you can configure Twitch to not keep your previous streams, so that can be explained. I think there's a retention period, and maybe Blurred Honey didn't want any of their streams to... We got a fabric. That was where we were hoping we were going to get a microchip and get an item recycler. But you know what? We've been doing fine without an item recycler this whole time, and we'll keep doing just fine. And I think there is a 100% chance that I do not get every piece of zeolite on this island before leaving. Frogs. 100% that we don't get it all. There is a couple clams over here, or there are. Ooh. We need to come back here, I guess, anyway. So we'll get our oxygen. I think there might be something back there. Our base is through this cave, I think. And then we're kind of done with this side, and then we got to go to the other side, I think. I don't know if we're going to make it. I think we got another death. Yeah, I know these exploring loops are just too long. Yep. 164. So 2 unfortunate deaths already. And we're back. So, more zeolite. More super alloy. The super alloy may end up just leaving here and have to remember that it's here. Like, we brought a ton back from Super Alloy Island, and I don't really want to have to go through it again. No, we don't want that. Is that all we got? We only destroyed 1 clamshell, huh? Oh, no, because we have a whole crate here, which I guess we destroyed 3. Let's... Dude, that 1 fabric is killing me. I don't even know if I should use it on a speed boost. I mean, eventually we'll have other stuff, so I probably should. Zeolite. Bam. Alright, I think we're still fine to do what we want to do. I don't know if this is the best way to go back. I'm just going to go back the way we came. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? We're just chilling here with some Planet Crafter. Trying not to die too many times, though we've eliminated most of the sources of our death now. at this point. And I think all questions of whether or not I'll be able to complete this playthrough have been quelled, squashed, debunked. Alright. Boom. I think this might be it for this half of the island. We're going to take a peek back around this way and just double check. So that goes back to the beach we just cleared. Yeah. And there's no way around to the right. Everything else to the right we had done. Up here, this just goes back to this side of the cliff, which we already cleared, I believe. We'll just flip around and see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we already cleared this. Anything in this little cubby? I think there was not from last time. Actually, did we not go through this? Huh. I thought this was over a different one over here, but yeah, there's nothing here. This goes up to, I think, the area we already cleared. I think this is the plateau that we got to from the top, but maybe not. Let's just hop up and see what's going on up here. Ooh. Alright, I thought that was going to be way easier than it turned out to be. Say this cliff face looks like you can scale it pretty easy, but appearances can be deceiving. Okay, so I guess this is just a random pillar. I don't see anything down there. Okay. Let's get back. That was when we cleared. And that. Okay. Yeah, there wasn't really anything on top of these spires here. And we're back. Alright, so now we have to traverse to the other side. Get rid of that. Nope. Super Ally is over here. And I'm not hating on Super Ally, it's just we have a ton of it. We're gonna eat. And I am eating the eggplant first because it's the thing we have the most of. Like we have 6 growers, I think, going for eggplant and 1 for the squash, so just from a resource perspective. Although, am I going to bring the squash back? I don't know, maybe. I know you need squash for something. I might be one of the fertilizers, tier 2 or something like that, tier 3. Alright, so if I recall right, and this might be trouble, I think there's 2 other islands away from this group that are going to be difficult to explore. Like, I don't think I can get there and back without dying. We're going to find out, I guess. There's this one over here and one over here. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess we can, in theory, right? We're getting over here with, like, 300 oxygen left, so in theory, we're probably going to die, though. Like, and I guess we're just going to have to be okay with that. So I might take our first run here to do a loop of the base and see anything on the outside like clamshells. But I think I will not be able to get up top. I'm pretty sure this is going to result in a death here. Yeah, I think everything here is on top. It's kind of cool. You can see the textures through the water of the rock down there. See how deep it goes. I didn't explore all of those, but I'm pretty sure I explored some of them last time, and these spires definitely didn't have anything. But I could be wrong. Hey, we found a clamshell. Lonely, lonely clamshell. But it has 2 blueprint microchips in it. No, I've never seen one. Never seen one with a blueprint microchip. I'm just joking. So yes, we're sacrificing this life to circle the island. To find that one clamshell. I do wonder if there's more clamshells that like render underneath objects now. Just because we saw that one. Like I don't remember that last, either it didn't render my last playthrough or I missed it. I'm gonna guess the latter. I probably missed it. It was easy to miss. Yeah, one clamshell all the way around the base. Kinda weird. That's weird too. There's like a sand column there. Interesting. I'm hoping to get to the shore. There's a sand beach right around this corner. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna die here. It is what it is. It's gonna be a close point to be dead from. 165, death. If we had teleporter technology, we would be able to survive that a little bit more easily, but we don't. Alright, we're going to drop that. And let's just top off that oxygen. Alright, so now we can just go straight up, though, and explore the top. And we should be able to clear it, I think. Just given how long we were able to survive off that breath of oxygen. I'm probably going to be flying over the ocean when my water runs out. So right before we get here, I'll push that. Oh, I do forget that it pauses. It's a weird feature. But I also don't think it pauses like the time in the game. But your character pauses. So it's almost like you have a hover that you engage when you're looking at your inventory, but you can't do it any other way. Kind of weird. Tier 2 ore extractor, cool. Cool, not cool. I was seeing if I actually brought stuff with me by mistake. I sometimes forget to clear my inventory out when I die. And if we're going to go up here, I don't want to have anything on me. I don't think there's enough at the top of this cliff to justify a whole inventory anyway, but no need to risk it. Because there ain't no biscuit. Oh, dude, a satellite, dude. I forgot. There was another satellite over here. Come on, blueprint microchip. 1, 2, 3, go! Dude, it's not even full. Who looted it? There's totally 4 blueprint microchips, and someone came along and stole all 4, and I can't sit here and joke because my oxygen is running out. Alright, let's just skim the rest of this. So this whole island has 1 clamshell and a satellite. The 1 clamshell is like crazy to me. Like, I appreciate the satellite 100%. I'd appreciate it more if those 4 blueprint microchips hadn't been stolen, but... Alright. 2 clamshells. 2 clamshells. Okay, we need to keep going. We're definitely not going to make it back. We just want to make sure we've cleared the top here so we don't have to come back up. Ideally, we get our loot down to our other death box. Bum 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 bum. But yeah, another death incoming shortly. Ooh, 3 clamshells. Ooh, with frog eggs. That was a good one. That was a good find. Any chance we missed one like right here? Alright, that gave me a little encouragement. I don't think there's anything up here, but can we get up here real quick and just use our mind? No. See, when they angle out, it makes it very hard. You need ones that angle up slightly. Alright, we're just going down. So we have a single crate to deal with. Alright, here it is. Doesn't matter where we die. Alright, 166. So we're up to 4 deaths for the stream. Oh, we brought half the stuff with. Wait, what? No! I transferred the crate into my inventory and then died over the water. Why didn't I just leave well enough alone? Do you see that? I'm so dumb. Why couldn't I just leave well enough alone? I had to be like, see, it doesn't matter where I die, I'm gonna fly out over here. Me, me, me. Frustrating. Now I have to go underwater to get it. It could be really deep there. I'm hoping not, but sometimes it is deep between these islands even when they're close. What did I just do? I'm so dumb. I just had to say, like, it doesn't matter if I die over this deep ocean. But yeah, it doesn't look shallow here. It looks quite deep, in fact. Oh, but maybe not right here. Alright, it does look like there's some land here, I think. Dude, I'm so dumb, yeah. No chest on the shore because you picked it all up, dummy. I don't think I made it too far offshore, but... Okay, yeah, it's not deep here, but man, I guess it's not that deep over there either. Deeper than I would have liked, though. Alright, we're flying back. And then we have to go check out that island still, too. Which is a little bit further. And we'll probably do our single death scouting it. Yeah, I mean, I could go back and try to get enough material to go and build something on each of those islands. And maybe in the long run it'll help us, because we are going to come back here at some point when this island changes. But hopefully by then we have teleporters. I think we should, because it's all based off of terraforming. And I think teleporters are like 25 GTI. Did I get another pink shard? Crystal? Quartz crystal? If I did, then I could definitely use teleporters. Need at least 4. We had 3. They are going to be able to craft at some point. I don't remember what the recipe is. But yeah, that's something we would definitely be crafting if we did. I don't know. Did we get a pink crystal yet? Doesn't look like it there. Yes, we got 1. Okay. I think we're sending all this over except for that phosphorus. Not phosphorus. Phosphorus, yes. Gosh. Not the thing that you know is right that you just said, but something else. Alright, we're going to bring a water with, and then we're going to start flying. Bum, 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 bum. So it is kind of hard, like when you replay a game that you've already played, especially recently, you got to find things to make it interesting, which is why we did the no tech start. And I think not finding the item recycler, even though it would be super exciting to find, is something that just keeps a little bit of challenge there. Like the reason we did it is we didn't think that the first playthrough was challenging. We might take a slight deviation here to peek at these islands over here. Does that actually have a beach? I don't know. Maybe we'll loop that way first. Come around this way. Come around. Alright, that's not a beach. It's just a rock sticking out. Alright, I think this saves us a little bit of time on our circuit, though. Go in this direction. Yeah, I do want to do the circuit. It will cost us a death. And we'll have to fly back, but... I don't know how close I have to be there to see that there's not a shell. Pretty sure there's not a shell there, though, right? Does not look like it. Could be one tucked in like a little cubby, we don't know. This little beach here could have a shell. Yeah, it does. If I was a dev, I would put one here. If I'm going to put a beach here, I'm darn well going to put a clam. And put a blueprint microchip in it, though, is what I would do. So that Dev and I are not exactly the same. Look at that, we already found 3 shells in this island. The entire amount that we found on the previous island. That is an island we've already been to and cleared. It's one of the starter islands. Maybe I should have went up there. I don't know. I wouldn't say in general we haven't found... Oh, dude, I don't know if I'm going to make it to land. This might be close. Okay, we got land right here. That's good. I don't want the chest to fall to the abyss. Do you think there's any chance that those have a beach? I don't think so. Alright, so I guess we're going to wrap around to the right this time and try to get this chest and bring it back to the front is our main goal. Alright, so we are up to 167 deaths, 5th death of the stream. At first I thought I wasn't going to die very much, but like the reality is I knew I was going to die because like there's no way to not die when you go to these islands. Like there is. I could bring a whole bunch of materials. This is kind of sucking. I think I died and left a crate behind. I don't have a way of building storage, right? No, I mean, I could maximize these. I could turn one of these into... It's going to be hard, though. I could turn one of them into 3 smaller ones, which maximizes storage, but not space. I don't think I'm going to need all of this space to clear that island, though. So we're just going to go. You know what? I was standing outside dropping that phosphorus. It might not seem like much, but it could make the difference, especially because we have to make this long run around the outside of the island still and get back. Every little bit matters. Could be the difference between falling deep in the ocean or onto the shore. And even if we see a clamshell, we're not going to stop for it. We're going to fly by, and then we're going to reverse and come back. Because our main goal is to get the resources on the other side of the island as close to up here as possible. We did find that one blueprint microchip in that one satellite. The second satellite we cleared. And I was super excited. It wasn't what we wanted. We wanted the item recycler, obviously, but it was the agility legs or whatever, which we haven't been able to craft yet. We need to get fabric. Another fabric. Obviously, I think once you unlock silkworms, that you can make fabric, but I'm not sure. I don't know exactly where that is. Probably in a similar tech tree, not too much further down if it isn't at the same time. And I just tried to finish my coffee, and I sprayed it all down the side of my face. Sorry for rubbing that with the paper towel. That was probably quite loud. Alright, so this is not a good sign. It's taken half of our oxygen just to get here. I guess it's just enough to get back. Wait, what? I'm pressing the wrong button. Okay. I think I'm freaking out, but like, yeah. It's gonna be tough to get this stuff and get back. Like, I don't know if I can. I guess we don't need to get all the way back. We just need to get part way back and then go to the death crate. Yeah, we're forgetting the lessons we've learned. We might have to sneak into there. I don't know. I might just grab and run. Alright, here's our death crate. No clams, right? We didn't miss any clams in our desperation to get here. I don't think so. Alright, I think we have enough time to just peek inside. I don't think there's anything in here, though. We're gonna peek. We're gonna peek. No, 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 no. Nothing. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Can we make it somewhere safe? Can we make it somewhere safe? Is this the beach that we wanted to land at? I think it is. Anything we can actually do here? I want this death crate to actually be as close to the shore as possible. Preferably not in the water. Alright, we could have got that clam maybe, but I want it to be down here. Alright, 168 deaths and counting. Yeah, we can't unload anything at the moment without a lot of work. I don't think we need to, though. If we do, I'm going to be so annoyed at myself, but I could just drop it on the ground. Part of me refuses to do that. Though in reality, like, it makes perfect sense, right? Like, dump all your stuff on the ground and go. I think it's been ingrained in me not to leave items laying around in games because they despawn. I don't think it would ever apply to the single player game. Or not likely. Like, things do sometimes clip through the floor in here and you lose them. So it could apply to that. We will pick up all that rubble, by the way, when we... Oh my god, please give me a death crate. I didn't go too far, did I? I stopped. I'm pretty sure I stopped. Like, I wanted to try to get lower, but I stopped because I didn't want it to go in the water. But it's not rendering. Uh-oh. Dude, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get near it. I was worried. I was gun shy. I could have got a lot lower. Like, yeah, this would be a tough turnaround. We are going to dump all of our stuff in here just in case there is too much up top to get. Yeah, see, this is more than half our oxygen to get here. I don't really need that water, but we will die long before that water is needed. Just what we need. 2 more super alloy nuggets. Anything up here? Let's scan. If we can clear this, it would be ideal. No more satellites, I'm pretty sure. Oh, dude, this is a huge top up here. How annoying. It's not, I mean, it's annoying that we can't, like, clear it too easily. Oh, dude, 3. Good and bad. I almost don't want to see something so I don't have to loot, because I don't have time. Come on, click it. Might seem like weird logic, but for those of you that have some OCD completionism in you, you might appreciate it. Yeah, and I do want this death crate to be near the front if I can make it happen, but I do need to come back all this way to clear if I don't, so... And we're gonna get a meteor shower over here, are you serious? Now if that happened like a few seconds, like 30 seconds sooner, maybe I could have built a oxygen thing, a storage unit, living unit. I think we're fine. We're actually going to drop these things on the ground here and just see. We'll be fine. Honestly, we'll be fine without all these. We're going. We'll bring our last water with, I guess. So we'll put our obsidian in here and then go. We should eat. Alright, let's go. Maybe there's a more direct route from here. I don't know. I could move my whole base to the side and have more time, but it's a lot of extra time and a huge pain in the butt. God, now do I look for aluminum up there before coming back down? Yeah, pretty much whatever we have on us here, we're going to have to go directly back to the home island with. 620 MTI we are at. I wonder what that is for our percentage to the next stage of terraformation. It's the stage where we drink water for sure. Yeah, I don't know if they intend on people going up the sides of these with jetpacks, but I don't know how else you would do it other than you'd have to build painful staircases with iron. Alright, so we have 2 death crates over here. We're going to go right to the first, and then by that time we should have already cleared everything. We might do a flyover of the middle of the plateau. I don't know if I want to try to get up there and just peek around. I mean, I can't get back, so if I have the oxygen, I may as well. I just need to make sure I don't stay up there and I get back down to that beach. This seemed like a pretty easy way to get up last time. We'll see if the same thing holds true this time. Yep. Oh. Almost spoke too soon. Alright, so I guess this was it. Those were those 3 shells up here, and that was it for the rest of the plateau. We might do a quick little blurb over the middle of the plateau. Do we see any meteors that fell? I don't think so. Which side do you think we can get up on the easiest? The left side was probably smarter because it's near where our beach is, but we decided to come this way. Alright, can we get up? Can we get up? Oh, bro, come on. Alright, we're going back around. We want to get to the beach. I'm 98% certain there's nothing up here. Doesn't make me not want to look, though. 100% certainty feels so much better than 98% certainty. Dude. Whoa, alright. I can take a hint, game. I can take a hint. Alright, everything. I guess it doesn't hurt to put half the stuff in here. Or all the stuff in here, and then we will bring half back. Alright, so this is about as close as we can get. 169, death number 7. And like I said, I am almost certain that we will die on... I think we have room for these things. That's probably dumb. Let's drop these things, though. Do. And then we'll be fine, I'm sure. Alright, max oxygen. Go! Go. I think we will get back and die here. Right on this cliff right here. That's my prediction. And that will definitely be an acceptable outcome. Right, we are taking mostly shortest point here. Alright, we're lining up right for where we left the crate. I didn't hang exactly on... Oh my god, dude, do we have water still? I didn't hang exactly on the wall, because sometimes you actually can get stuck on the wall, and I didn't want that to happen. So I could have taken that maybe a tenth of a second faster, I don't know, a quarter of a second. We're going to drop, grab that stuff, drink the water. I would look now, but I don't know if the water came with us or stayed here if we do have it. Get that crate. Where you at, crate? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dude, we were standing right there. No. At least we have this, but dude, there's no crate. Everything didn't come with us, did we? Oh my gosh. Did everything come with us, or did this fall through? Oh, there we go. All right. Well, now we won't know if we were right, but we're definitely we're gonna fly back for sure. Whew. Rocks are definitely dangerous. That's probably why this game doesn't like you to build on them. Man, should I go to that left shore? Well, that definitely cramped our style. I think if I get in here... No, it is pretty deep in here, if I recall. We'll find it, though. As long as it doesn't fall in the rock. Get to the shore. I don't remember how close it is once we turn around here. I don't think it's that close. Dude, get there. 170. Famous last words. I was about to say that could be our last death. I think we can avoid most deaths from here on out, though. Until we have to explore another island. Like, ferrying back and forth is fairly safe. It's just when you're exploring and have to, like, make these forced journeys. And I could bring a whole bunch of... But see, if I had brought more materials from my starting island to be able to build more shelters, then I wouldn't have been able to bring as much food. Oh, dude, what? Okay. There's some zeolite down here. I do remember, I think this happened to me before as well, and I was like, oh, there's zeolite under here. I forgot, though. Alright. And this is the one we cleared. We didn't look in here, though. But see, once again, it doesn't matter if I get all the zeolite. But yeah, that was that. There's clams here, and there's clams back there. Alright, yeah. I'm catching back up. Sometimes stuff looks different when you come at it from a different angle. So I was exploring that from the other way. Not coming from the ocean. Alright. Let's bring what we can. Alright, we are out of all... Oh, I guess we have some food here, but... Alright. That is the rarest thing we brought, technically. But we just need to grab something and go. So let's go. Alright, this is the really fun part now. We make, you know, 10, 15 crossings here. Probably not 15. Actually, it will be odd now because we made the one earlier. And now we have to go back And then it's going to be odd number from here on out. We're just going to go straight across, see how our oxygen holds up. I think it should be fine. It'll be the shortest time in the long run. Going to the other island gave us a little bit better oxygen to explore when we landed, but we don't need to explore when we land, we just need to get there. I wish I could just AFK and have this autopilot so I could use the bathroom. Fun times and lots of deaths. Here's my buddy started to play yet. I've been asking him, but he's... Now we're playing. He's replying about other stuff. He just... I think doesn't have the time. He does have the time, though. He's not working right now, so... Yeah, we'll see. I feel like we'll probably call it at the end of this ferrying. We may check out everything we've unlocked while this has been going on and see what we can do. But you know, I like wrapping up specific things during these streams. Like I don't have I would love, don't get me wrong, I'd love to be able to stream for 8 hours, 10 hours. It's just 0% chance of that with a full-time job and being the dad of a 3 and a 6-year-old. Like, I probably play way more than I should. Take a little extra longer lunch hour, but you know, I do start early working with people on the other side of the world, and then I often will work late. I'm not too late though, because of kids. But like, yeah, the other people I work on are on the other, in a later time zone. So I have people in a much earlier time zone and a little bit later time zone that I work with, and it makes my day long. So taking a little bit longer lunch break, in my opinion, is very acceptable. And then the other time I can play is when everyone's asleep. So, whew, that was a close one. Do we want to sort? Probably. I don't know if we're going to bring more of these. I forgot about that. We should have just dumped them. We'll dump those over here for now. We did get some super alloy bar. Oh, dude, and I even brought phosphorus. Dumb. Alright, well, live and learn. We did put a place to dump some phosphorus. Zeolite, we're going to need a little more room there. We got a couple sulfur. Where's the bio with the food that we don't have? Right there. I feel like the algae needs to go somewhere special on its own, because we can grow that versus find it. So let's just build another one right here. Algae. Hey, Algae. Algae. Welcome stream. How's your day going? And that'll go there. I guess we've been putting this here. Where do those eggs go? Here, but yeah, this is filling up too. We're gonna have to break this up. Seeds here. Is this the same amount we have on? It is. Okay. It's definitely going in good stuff though. This crabby though that we love. I forgot I do have a solar screen I'm going to be building soon. Alright, we'll put it here for now and might have to move it. Maybe it'll poke out between them. Alright. You go there. And you go there. Boom. We should probably grab what food we can. Ooh, DNA manipulator. We're starting to get into genetics. Genetics. Boom, boom, Drink. Eat, eat. I don't need... Alright. So the return trip actually could be questionable if I don't remember where to aim. Where do we think our cubby is? Like, we got here with a little bit of room to spare, but if I miss the spot by a good margin, we could die here. I really can't tell from here. I think I'm in the general vicinity. Maybe here? But it doesn't look like there's even an opening here from there. Those are definitely... Over here is definitely that other island. So we're not aiming for that. Somewhere in the middle here. Maybe a cut through here? If not, we'll be at 171. Huh. Yeah, I mean, right now I don't see any opening. Hmm. Dude, where is it? Do I have to go to the right? Do I have to go over here? I don't want to, like, change course, though, to point. Do I have to go to the right over there and around? Oh, no, I can actually see it. I'm pointing right at it. You can see it from this far away. Well, that's cool. That was planned. I wanted to be able to see it from far away. Alright, I feel much better now. We'll make it. I think. I don't know. There was one time where I swear I had full oxygen, and I was doing ferrying back and forth between two islands when we had less oxygen. And I died well short, and the crate went pretty far down into the ocean. Not that that would apply here, we don't have a crate, but we have nothing on us, in fact. And now we also have the luxury of being able to eat and drink so that we're not dying from those on our trips. We have 370 oxygen. Yeah, this journey would be, like, if we didn't have the increased oxygen even with the water and the food, this would be somewhat brutal. Either we'd be burning through our cobalt, or we would have to do, like, the triple island hop. Well, yeah, we're barely making it. If we miss a line there at all. I guess we're going to bring everything that isn't zeolite first. Not that it really matters, because we're coming back for all of that. Oh, we got another crab. Nice. Bring some pretty flowers. Good. Alright, let's go. We had full oxygen. Yeah, it's crazy the small margin we have here. But yeah, off there to the left, you see on the very edge of the screen, you see a base that we had on a far island group. Like, if we were still stuck at 200 oxygen, we would have to go there first, which is where we could barely get. And actually, I guess it would be almost like a quadruple hop, because, well, from our island group, we had to go across our island group to the other side. You can see right over here, there's a little base. And then from there to there, it was almost exactly, or no, we were using cobalt even to make that crossing. I forgot about that. Huh. I guess with cobalt we could make this run. We'd have to do it right when we're turning black, though. That would give us 400. I guess yeah, with 200 we could do it, but we'd have cobalt every time. And by cobalt, I mean oxygen. It's just 2 cobalt to make an oxygen, which is why I'm talking about that. We would burn through a lot of cobalt to make it happen. Now, what are we going to get to? What do we think we're going to get to by the time we finish this? We probably have... I'm trying to think, like 4 trips left. We have 3 full chests for sure, and then a little bit more. So yeah, it's got to be 4 trips. At least. We have 4 trips. We might leave some super ally, I don't know. So 4 more trips. Do we think we're going to be pretty close to 1 GTI by the time we're done? I don't know. I bet we'll still be under 900. Maybe not, though. It's going pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, I could be taking a less direct route to not risk the oxygen here, but now that we have 370, we might as well take advantage of it and save that extra time. Save in progress. Get through. I probably should put a door there, but those chests are all in the way. We made it. Alright, good stuff is going to be that for sure. We'll put that in there. We might put it over there later. Let's ignore it for now. I know we had uranium. Shoot. I need to make room. Osmium. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make a rod. We have obsidian. We have sulfur. And we have that uranium rod. Oh, we had an aluminum too. Good number of seeds on this one. I guess we don't have that. Why did I click that? I meant to click this. This is full. I knew this was going to be a problem. That's why we keep expanding storage. Is this going to overlap that door? Not too bad. We might snug it up there. What is this? Bio food, maybe? Like things that I don't want to... I can't reproduce this food, so that's why it's in like a separate location. And then that can be that. This can be this stuff, sure. Silk is kind of questionable for this, but... And then this is food seeds. And then this is food that we can actually eat, because we have a lot of it. Ooh, I can make a super ally rod, which we probably will never do. Yeah, see, that isn't super obvious from here. I think this is where our camp is, but like it doesn't look like an opening from here. It's not until it renders a little bit better that it starts to look like an opening. I mean, I think out of all of the planets to be stranded on as your first planet, this is definitely the harshest as far as like getting started, but it also like pretty relaxing, I think, to just see the ocean and chilling. But yeah, if you were to play hardcore, you'd have 0%. If there was a number lower than 0, it's that of surviving. There's 0% chance of surviving on this planet without a death if it was your starter planet. Zero point 0.000000000. I definitely had some frivolous deaths that I could have traded, but I was trading, I think, time for the death. Like here, I could probably have cleared this island without dying, but I would have had to explore more trips, exploring more trips back here. I would have had to make a trip back home to get more supplies, which also means then more food and water because I would be taking longer. And then I'd have to build more little oxygen capsules. I'd have to build more storage there as well. So it's possible to do it without dying, but it would take more time. In the end, it might have been a good choice, though, because like I said, having more places to breathe oxygen isn't the worst. But I do think that we're going to get to teleporters. I think they're 25 GTI, which might seem like a long way off, but like once you get to GTI, you should have already probably have the ability. If I go back and start building stuff, I'll have the ability to ramp it up, and then we'll get to 25 GTI pretty quickly, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm second guessing. Like, I think I'm gonna hit 900. I don't know. I think 900 was a pretty good estimate, but I think we might break through. We might also be short. I don't know. Oh no. We got a late start last night on our stream and stayed up a little later than we should have probably, but all's good. Alright, we don't need that. Oh, so we definitely want to bring this first. Oh, dude, I forgot that these are like perfect matches because our inventory is matched now. Makes it pretty convenient, I guess. So yeah, even though Zeolite was the main thing to get here, we actually really don't even care about Zeolite at the moment. We had like 15 or 20, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it has met our current needs, and we're not really doing things at the scale we would normally do them on because there's just very limited resources all around. And even if you somehow get an influx of one resource, you don't have the other resources to like back it up. That said, I think I could launch out, I don't want to say infinite, but I could launch a ton of the iridium and uranium rockets because we have so much super alloy from all these clams and that super alloy island right over there. And then the uranium and the iridium would actually just auto-replenish themselves and more. So we could burn through a lot of super alloy, shooting off the, I think, what are those? Heat and pressure rockets? But they also attract the uranium and iridium storms. But yeah, obviously the ROI on each additional rocket is lower. So like the first one you get a 10x improvement, right? 1,000%. Second one, though, you're already down to 2x. Third one, you only get 50% improvement. Fourth one, you get 33% improvement. By the time you're launching your 11th, you're only getting 10% improvement. So it does speed up your indexing for sure. But it falls off pretty quick, especially once you get in the double digits of satellites and rockets launched. Dude, I was so sad about the energy. I like the tier 2 optimizer. I was thinking that we unlocked an optimizer and I was going to be able to jam 3 energy in there. Like the energy fuses, but I was only able to do 1. But I have a pretty big barrier on that still. Like, I don't have a lot of sulfur. I still think there might be an island that has some sulfur on it, but... Oh, 100% there is, and it is the next island that unlocks. I remember calling it Sulfur Island. When I first got to it, none of the sulfur was rendered, but I was like, oh, there's all steamy here. I bet there's... And I, like, put a teleporter up, called it Sulfur Island, teleported home just to, like, start bringing some stuff, and then I got back, and all of a sudden all the sulfur rendered, and I was like, oh. The game was waiting for me to name the island. Pretty sure that's the one that comes next, but I'm not... I definitely wouldn't bet on it. Well, I might bet on it, but I would need good odds. Like, not bad odds. How about that? I didn't bring zeolite. I did bring some aluminum. Oh, dude, we actually have... I'm going to throw that in item sorter because we'll be using it soon. I don't need to build something new for it. We did get our 4th pink crystal, by the way. That's pretty huge. Uranium's still okay. Iridium's still okay. Was it 5 sulfur now? 6 sulfur. Wow. Nothing else over here. Let's go back to bio. Bio food. Which is that. Oh, we did get a honey. Seeds, we got another golden seed, which is good. Silkworm can go here. DNA or genetic trait. I was going to say DNA, but it's genetic trait. Algae doesn't really do much for us. And then bam bam. Seeds, which also once again doesn't really help us. I could be collecting water, but I'm not doing it. We're just going back and forth right there. Alright, I think we have 3 more trips, and that trip I think took more than 30 MTI. So yeah, I think we're going to hit 900. We'll see. How's everyone's day going? I'm just chilling. Enjoying the Planet Crafter. Wishing I could put this on autopilot and go use the bathroom. Oh, man. It is pretty, though. $800 MTI. We haven't had a death, knock on wood. Ferrying back and forth. I thought I jinxed myself. I was like, well, we shouldn't die going back and forth. And we actually almost did on the way there. Our oxygen for this transport here is very close. We get down to about 5%, I think. Yeah, dude, teleporter is going to be a game changer. We have all the mats to make 2, which is all you need. You still have to do that initial fly and then a fly back, but we'd only have to make this flight twice, and then everything would just be port, port, port. We don't have to worry about storage. We just go back. Every time we're full, we don't have to worry about bringing food or water. Yeah, those are the niceties of coming here with technology that we had the first time. Yeah, like we just built teleporters everywhere originally. It was super convenient, but I think it also kind of, I don't know if it ruins the experience, but it definitely robs you of some of the experience by having that technology available. Then again, if you don't enjoy the grind of the mundane of doing things where you die over and over and over again doing mundane tasks, maybe it actually enhances your experience. So I can see the argument both ways. And depending on, you know, time of day and the mood and your age and what you had for breakfast, who knows, you might change your mind too and feel differently. But right now, I'm enjoying the grind. I could probably start bringing back some of, let's just bring this, I guess. I'm going to start bringing back some of the iron. I will have room for some of the iron at some point, though. Yeah, so we had about, I think that was about 20 MTI, 1920 MTI for that trip. And we have 2 more trips. So yeah, we're gonna have 100 MTI probably. Yeah, so we're gonna hit 900. It's be over 900. Well, it should be short of GTI. I don't remember if there is anything special that happens at 1 GTI, but obviously it's a good milestone every time you change your... I don't even know what is that. Is that a... It's not a descriptor. What would that be? Your... I should know this word. So it's not coming to me at the moment. Like going from million to billion, from billion to trillion. Denomination? It's not really denomination, though. I guess it is. Like $10 is a denomination, $20 denomination. So, could be denomination. Change your denomination. Got the line right. Yeah, the Zeolite Islands kind of cool. I still think Super Alley of the two islands that have popped up so far is definitely the coolest. There is an island group that I like the most, and I wish they had done more with it. But that one is, it's either last or second to last, depending on how you look at it. Because after the last island group comes up, there's like a modification to another island group, and it's weird that they only modify one. If there was more, I kind of missed it. That's why I try not to ever walk away when I'm active. I try to save and exit because I don't want to miss like, oh, this event happened, and then I like hour or two goes by and I didn't realize that there's a whole new island group that appeared. Or that recipe unlocked that we were waiting for and haven't checked repeatedly in the menu 57 times. 4. Unlocked. We missed it. Crash. Alright. We're definitely going to max out our Zeolite this time. In general, I haven't doubled up on this end. But like Zeolite, I'm also going to have to triple up, so I might do the same thing I did for the Super Alley and go like across the aisle. Though. I'm going to grab 6 because I know we're going to need 2 extras. Where is Zeolite? Oh, it's right by the Super Alley, of course. I wonder if I point them the other way. We're going to jam it in there pretty far. Make it obvious that it's different. We did fill up this one, right? Yep. Alright. So now we're going to start filling these up with Zeolite. And like I said, these were actually already full. Do I make... Because I think I am going to bring back that Super Alloy. Why not? Why not? So I'm going to build one more here and just start putting it in there. Alright, so we'll grab it out of our sorter here. And I call it item sorter because by the time I have drones, that's where I just dump everything. And then drones sort it all for me. Even if it's one drone. Like, I think on the playthrough that we did before this that we ended up abandoning because we thought we had too much tech. We actually came with the drone technology. Or no, that wasn't this one. Can't remember now. I think it was my real playthrough for when I came here from Humble. But yeah, I came with like enough to build a drone, and like I already had item sorting and like quality of life. Like that's the number one thing that I just hate the Monday task of sorting everything every time. Like yeah, drones and teleporters. If they only could bring 2 pieces of technology, that would be it. Maybe the item recycler. The item recycler is just so valuable. You don't really realize until you don't have access to it how good it is. If you watch this whole series, I've only mentioned the item recycler probably 92 times by now. Maybe more. I'm guessing we broke 100. I might have mentioned the item recycle more than we've died. I don't know what that number in the bottom right is. What is that? I'm just noticing that it's changing. Like it's next to the version number. What's 50 and then that number going down? Is that like your oxygen level or something? No, because it would be, I think it would match. It would be like 200 now. But it's going down as we move. Like it's not your location. Your location is in the bottom left. What is that number? Is that counting down the time until the aliens come and take over the world? We're gonna have to watch if it goes up when we get oxygen, or or if it goes up when we travel back. I don't think it's related to location. Why would they have two different measures of location? Yeah, it's weird that it like flutters going down sometimes. Is that the number of miles you have left in your tank? Like a gas meter? Like you can go 200 more feet before you die. Oh, dude, there's a clam right there. How did I miss that? I've been zoning out. I guess we're gonna go grab that clam. We're gonna get our oxygen first, though. I got way too excited over a clam, but it's where you get all your good stuff in this. Well, satellites. We got our one blueprint microchip from a satellite. Wasn't the one we wanted, but it was still exciting. I thought it was going to be an item recycler. But it was agility boost, which I imagine the game probably has some sort of hard-coded order. You probably get agility boost first anyway, because who doesn't want movement speed? Like, especially the first time you're playing, like, oh, cool, I want to go faster, I want to go faster. Once you have the jetpack, though, the agility boosts are almost irrelevant, I believe. I don't think there's a correlation between them and your jetpack speed. I think it's only your jetpack speed that matters. And the boots are when you're running like this. Okay. Anything else over here? I obviously missed this. Did I not circle this, or did I, like, go around too quick and didn't see that shell? I think I actually flew to the top of this one. I must have come around from a different angle and just missed it. Yeah, I'm almost certain that I always miss. It's like a shell or, the obsidian. Definitely miss super alloy for sure. As you're going through. It's so hard to find everything. It's not like the spaceships, which were like, orderly corridors, that are, even the generated ones were massive. Like, you could still just go through it logically and be like, yep, I explored everything down that intersection. Now I gotta do this intersection. And you just kind of slowly cordon off the whole ship. Like, I'm not saying that's easy, but it's easier to grasp. Okay. So we're gonna end up leaving some lockers there, because we're only making one more trip. Actually, screw it. We're not making another trip. This is our last trip. We don't need the super LA. We have so much super LA, we don't know what to do with. So we're not going to bring it. We're leaving it there. This is just a little too monotonous. We're done. So in theory, we're going to finish under the 900 MTI, but I think the 900 MTI was still a pretty good estimate if we had done the extra trip. But we just nixed it to save time and energy. So we're going to get back. We're going to take a quick bio break. Because all this water is making us have to pee. The water I'm seeing, but probably also the water I'm drinking. And the coffee. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was some sort of autopilot. I guess it doesn't really apply to any other map than this one. And like the other ones, there's always stuff in between. You're rarely flying a direct line for long distances anywhere but here. There's usually some terrain in the way. I mean, kind of, but yeah, you can get, the other thing is you can get stuck. I guess once you're flying, no. When you're walking, but you can get stuck on a cobalt. Like, that part's a little silly. I feel like you should just, your character should know how to step over the cobalt. But yeah, and autopilot would be cool. I've always appreciated the auto run feature in games. It's nice to just give your fingers a rest from holding down the keys. Sometimes you don't realize how much pressure you're putting on the keys until you hold them for long periods of time like this, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like smashing it so hard, my finger's cramping. Almost there. I'm most excited about going to use the bathroom, though. I just didn't want to take the break until I finish this task, you know? Like, yeah, the worst thing you do when you have, like, a long, boring task is take breaks. I mean, mental breaks are good, too, but, like, man, sometimes it's better to just power through and get to that end. There's nothing wrong with breaks, but you can't do them too frequently, because then you're never going to finish the task. Because then the task just seems like it takes longer and longer and longer and longer. Yes, we definitely needed that one. Did we need this one? Kind of. Why did I put iron in there? I didn't want to do that. That is not where I wanted to go. I wish I wanted to go there, actually. Boom. Boom. And, boom. Nope. Seeds. I forgot I added that extra one in the end. And then let's look at our percentage. And while we look at our percentage, we'll be right back. Oh, we're pretty close. I'll be right back. And what did I just say before coming back here? That I didn't want to stay AFK and miss like a island coming up? Let's just go take a peek around. Was there any rumbling? I think the next one appears in that direction, though. So, and now we got a meteor storm. I might not care about the meteor storm. I don't know. I probably got to get the aluminum. We do have extra aluminum right now, but... Grab the food, food, food. What did we unlock? We got to see what we unlocked while we were away. We get their solar system, see how many satellites we've put up. A compass. Where's that compass at? Wait, what? Do I not have a compass? That doesn't make sense. Was that a blueprint? Do you need a blueprint to get a compass? That's sick. That's also quite dumb. That means we're never getting mapping. Because I know that the mapping satellite requires a compass. Ugh. I can't imagine that this is in the bio unlock chain, but you never know. What was this? Vehicle logistics. I'm gonna Google this real quick. I think we're not gonna get any mapping. We don't really need it because the islands produce the islands and they're not very far, but it is nice to have the map in any game. Planet Crafter. How to get compass microchip. It's a blueprint microchip. Available by decoding the blueprint microchip on blueprint screen. Is that true? It does say it's in a tier 2 crafting station. Is this a tier 2 crafting station? Oh yeah, it is. Was there a tier 1 ever? I don't remember there being a tier 1 crafting station, but... Dude, no compass. Ugh. How brutal. So we can't... Now we have to remember which satellites we've launched before. Alright, let's go see if there's any aluminum to pick up. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba. I guess we should peek over here. We have been getting meteorites to fall over here. Let's take a quick peep. Nope. Looks like several fell over here. No aluminum, no. We're still grabbing iron. Iron, iron. No aluminum, no. Sad. I'm not that sad though. We don't currently need a ton of it. We have more than a chest full, so I think we'll need it, but we may not. I don't know, because we're not building a ton of stuff. Man, I don't know. I get these Christmas songs in my head. Alright, we're definitely going to find some meteors down here. Alright, they have been going more over here to the left. And then there'll be more going that way. Alright, we don't need that. There's an iron over there, but... actually, there's 3 iron over there. I wonder how many meteor showers you would need to build a walking rampway between all... Oh, there's more over here. Between all of the islands. Not that you really need it with the jetpack, but it would just be interesting. I guess you could build a road for the car, the vehicle. We haven't built a vehicle station yet either. Was it? Oh, it was aluminum that we were short on. I guess we don't have an aluminum shortage anymore, so we could totally get it, but it doesn't add a lot. I guess it adds more storage. Well, we don't have the oxygen attachment to it. I was going to say it's like a portable base, but it's really not unless you have the oxygen attachment. Alright, no more aluminum. I think that was it. I think this is the right way. Wait, is this a whole bunch more that we... Oh no, the grass is just messing with me. This just got a whole lot harder. We're gonna die on the hill. Alright, another death. Probably avoidable. Do I hear another meteor shower coming? We do. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy how far it goes over. Imagine how scary this would be if you actually like lived here all by yourself. And you didn't know that the meteor showers were controlled by some AI robotic thing that wouldn't smash your base. Just waiting for the day that everything you built is crushed. Crushed. We definitely filled this back up. Order much? Order much. Yes, sir. Alright, we're going to make the vehicle station, because why not? Might give us something to do. We definitely have iridium rods. We definitely have super alloy, so let's do it. It may alleviate our boredom over anything. We don't actually have anything for it to hook up nicely to, except maybe that. Can you hook up to that? Come on, get in there. Yeah. Doesn't like... that's fine. Nice. What do we need for a vehicle? Is there a compass over here? No. I don't know if I want to waste my one fabric on that. I do know I don't. Maybe I do. I don't know. Because by the time I get 2, is it because I'm crafting it? Maybe. You ready yet? Again? No. Aluminum. Actually, I was been putting you in overages. Item sorter. Power's still good. We're almost there. We'll see. I think I might call it. I'm going to check out this meteor storm, I think, and then I might call it for this video. But yeah, the vehicle, this, did I say this vehicle? I wanted to make a comment about the vehicle, and I was like, I don't think the vehicle really adds much to this planet. More aluminum. 2 more aluminum. Usually where there's 2, yep, I would say there's usually a third. There's usually either 1 in an asteroid, or an asteroid has 3. I don't know what the logic is. But if you see more than 1, there's almost always a third. Or maybe always, I don't know, depending on if it clipped through the ground or not. Peek around, see what we see. Now that could be... There's a third. I actually think this is 3 separate asteroids, though, just based on all the other materials here. So I don't think that was an example that I was talking about. I think that was a coincidence that there were 3. Boom, boom, boom. So that's pretty fast-paced. Okay, what have I been waiting on? I'm pretty sure we're going to get a whole bunch of sulfur soon. So, what were we waiting on because of sulfur that I didn't want to make? I have a tier 2 biodome. We have a biomass screen, or do we? No, it's the orbital information we can't make because we don't have a compass. Oh, was there anything personal for us that I wanted to make that I couldn't? No. I mean, yes, I want to make this, but not because of sulfur. Oh, this. We're going to totally go make this. Machine optimizer. We are getting more sulfur soon, so I might as well optimize our machines. Iridium. And I guess we might as well get this bar. 2 iron and a cobalt. And then we're going to go craft. Boom, boom. And we only need one of these. Because a tier 1 optimizer only lets you put one thing in. Let's go look at our energy. It should go up 50% from 1, right? So we're going to go up about 500, a little shy. So we're at 1202. Bam. $1712. We got a lot of power available now. What else can we build? I guess the tier 2 flower spread we already had. Never mind. We can't make that because of sulfur. How's our obsidian look? Do I get another drill, maybe? Not obsidian, osmium. So I can't break those down. That's where, like, but I know it's just temporary, so whatever. Well, let's do it. One more drill for the good guys. At some point we're going to need a bunch of bark, so I probably should actually be collecting this bark. This is not the tier 2. That's not the tier 2. Tier 2 is right here. Okay. Seeds. Cool. Wait, could you put a flower in the tier 2 flower spreader? I can't remember. Oh, dude, you can. I'm gonna put a golden seed in there. I'm pretty sure that is the biggest one we have. This is a tree. Yeah, the golden seed is usually the biggest for flowers, I believe. So that's gonna optimize that. Maybe I could use another one too, but we're not going to right now. Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. We are right at the 2-hour mark, which is where we wanted to max it. Shoot. Maybe we just check out. We did unlock a new rocket. Can we make this pretty easy? Yes. I don't know about the mutagen. Let's check the mutagen out, actually. Oh, dude, that ramp's going through there. Whatever. Let's see if we can make a mutagen. We might do that, and then we'll quit. Ooh, we don't have methane yet. Oh no, did we get a gas extractor? We totally did. Where's the gas extractor? Right there? No, right there. Bam. Let's get 2 gas extractors going. And now that we have a gas extractor, we don't have to waste. We might even get 3 of these going. We have a lot of this, so why not? The reason we're getting 3 is we're going to do one for oxygen, too. We'll put them right out this window, because I'm going to put the storages right there. Gas extractor. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Yeah, we can build these here. Yay. Oh, dude, you don't select. Okay, that's fine. That was a tier 1 gas extractor, right? Tier 2, you can select what you want to target, but... Alright, even better. Then we'll have storage built in there. Cool. Cool. We're eating, not dying. I like it. Is that on the floor? Ooh. Alright, those are going between screens. That's cool. They're peeking through. I like it. What are the two things we just unlocked? We unlocked this, which we don't have bees yet, so that's not happening. Dude, this is where I wish there was a log. We just unlocked something else too, and I was like, oh, I'll make that real quick. Still don't have a tier 4 heater. Nothing new in power. Nothing new in power. Interesting that these... Oh, we don't have the filter yet. I was like, interesting these both show up. We don't have the tier 2 food grower yet. We had this DNA manipulator. I don't think we had the DNA extractor though, so it doesn't really do anything for us. We also don't have anywhere to put the DNA capsules when we make them. Oh, we got the... We don't need this yet, but we have this. We can make it pretty easy, so let's just do it. Osmium. Super alloy rod. And uranium rod. Alright, let's do it. Alright, like I said, this doesn't really do much for us. Like, it gave us this 4th row, but we aren't even filling in these rows. So, it doesn't really do anything for us. Well, I saw you just join there. Grendel Lasky, thank you for watching. Unfortunately, I do need to run. We're kind of at our limit. Typically, our streams are around the 2-hour mark. I don't often have time for it. Sometimes I will sacrifice some more sleep to do a couple extra hour or two at the end. But yeah, midday I try to keep it in the 1.5 kind of 2-hour max range. So too much going on in life to be able to do much more, unfortunately. But we get in what we can. So yeah, have a good rest of your day. But yeah, anyone else watching the videos, thanks for watching. And we did get to 1 GTI. I feel that we will be seeing an island over here. Oh, no. Well, no. I think we're going to get to one over there. There's another island I forgot about that's almost not even worth going to. I may even not do it. It gives you the purple crystals, which we don't need for anything. Like, it baffles me why they even added it. Pink crystals, sure, great. We use pink crystals for a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's like a rare resource you need for portal generators on the other planets, but you can't use planet or portal generators on the moons, I believe. So at least you couldn't on Selene. I didn't try here, but that's the main thing you need crystals for, or like the variety of crystals for, other than like a couple. So it's kind of baffling to me why they even built a whole island dedicated to it. They could have picked almost any other resource. You know, even iron would be better than that. Yeah, makes no sense. All right, we are going to log off, though. We'll just look at this. We're almost there. Oh, we did hit it. So it might be happening soon. Let's actually log off, because I don't want to hit it right as it happens. Because it might just appear. Like, we could be saving it right when it was triggering, and like we might just log on and it'll be there, whichever is fine. We don't have to watch it rise from the island, but it's a cool thing to do. I am tempted now. Maybe I'm just gonna like YOLO one of my deaths and get as close as I can and just try to see if the the planets, not the planets, the islands are there under the water. Maybe that's why I'll make the vehicle. I might make the vehicle just for that, because the vehicle will get us there faster. You actually drive on the seafloor just as easily as you do on the land, and there's like nothing in your way typically. So, and I know where the islands popped up now, so I might be able to see it. But then well, you can recall the car now. I was gonna say my car might get stuck there when I die, but you can recall the car, which is a nice feature. I don't think that was there at launch, but because I think I kept losing cars when I died, and then it was frustrating because I had to make another car to go get the other car. Cool. All right, I do appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, all those good things, and hope you have a good rest of your day, afternoon, evening, whatever it might be for you. And we'll catch you next.